So tomorrow, it's going to be a classic game tomorrow of the whole of Europe, Liverpool, Real Madrid. Do you think that the current Liverpool side are one of the most informed sides on the continent?
Yeah, I think that's clear, good evening everyone for a start. I think that's clear. Obviously they're top of the league in England, and I think top of the Champions League standings at the minute as well. So I think it's clear to see how good of a team they are. They've got players who have kind of come to a new level, some of the younger lads, and then the more experienced lads who have been world class for a long time. So it'll be a great test, but a great game, and still confident.
I wanted to ask you, one of your teammates in the national side and a friend of yours, Trent Alexander-Arnold, would you like to play alongside him in the next season?
Well, I'll be playing alongside him next season for England anyway, hopefully, so that will be a guarantee. But he's a Liverpool player, and I think it's disrespectful, especially to come to his home today and speak with a huge game tomorrow, to speak something that could be misconstrued or anything like that. So I think it's important to take that kind of pressure off him, and obviously he's a really good mate of mine, and I want him to do really well. Normally, obviously not tomorrow night, but we'll see what happens. But like I said, he's a Liverpool player.
Hey, Jude. Just to follow up on the smile back on your face question, you said you felt like you were maybe a scapegoat for the Euros. Could you maybe expand on what exactly you felt? Was that the media putting pressure on you, or what was it? For me, pressure's not a problem. I understand that playing for Real Madrid, the expectations are going to be high for me wherever I go, even if it's with the national team. And I felt like I contributed some pretty big moments, and in the end, it felt like the kind of whole world was kind of crumbling down on me after the Euro, especially after the 3 days following the final. And it wasn't a nice feeling. There was a few things that happened during the tournament. I think one of the big criticisms of me was that I didn't speak to the media. I didn't want to do any press conferences, and I think that was reported in a way that made it sound like I think I'm above it. It's not that at all. I had some personal things going on where journalists had gone to go and see members of my family whilst I was at the tournament. Went to visit my grandparents, and it's something I've kept to myself, and I don't think that's fair. I think that crosses the line of respect. I think that's where for me I took it a little bit personally and decided that I'll just focus on the football and try and let that do the talking instead of talking in the press to people that seemingly don't respect me. That was a big thing for me. I think my family comes first. My nan didn't want to leave her house for the whole summer, bless her. So I think maybe I should have communicated that before so people understood my situation, but that was a little bit more personal to me, and that's why I decided just to keep my mouth shut.
There was talk a while ago that Bellingham might sign for Liverpool, and in the end you decided to sign for Real Madrid. So was there talk? Do you ever hear any talk about going to Liverpool a while back?
Yeah, I think it probably wasn't as close as a lot of the media made out. I had conversations with a few clubs on leaving Borussia Dortmund. I made that decision. Then they gave me permission to speak to a few clubs. And one thing I have to say is all the clubs that I spoke to were very respectful of me and my family, which for me is a huge value and something that I really respected. So I don't want to say anything that sounds disrespectful to them. But when Real Madrid come knocking on the door, it shakes the whole house, and it's one that you can't. It's hard not to open and accept. So I think, like I've said before, it's not a fact. It's not a matter of the other teams weren't good or they were bad when I spoke to them. It's just that Real Madrid are on a different level.